Hello everybody, my name is Flamingo and welcome to the unboxing and review of the brand new Razer Viper from Razer. It is a esports mouse aimed at esports. It's weighing only at 69 grams. It has 8 programmable buttons. It has the Razer optical mouse switches, which are similar, I assume, to the optical switches on the Huntsman Elite and the Huntsman, and it has the Razer 5G optical sensor. The packaging is fairly standard for Razer products. It's always nice. I always appreciate the packaging Razer puts in. Unlike the Death Adder, this is an ambidextrous mouse, so that means you can use it on either your left hand or your right side. The Death Adders usually tend to be made for the right hand, as it's molded for it and it has that ergonomic grip for it. It's very nice, But this is ambidextrous. The DPI button is on the bottom of the mouse this time instead of having it under the scroll wheel, and you can get up to 16,000 DPI. Now this here is a side-by-side of the Viper and the Death Adder Elite.
Now let's move on to software. It is Razer Synapse 3, not my most favorite piece of software, probably one of my least favorite, but it's usable, It's a lot better than Razer Synapse 2 in my opinion. Now, it's pretty easy to navigate. Click on Razer Viper. In the menu, you can select left or right hand depending on which way you'll be using the mouse. You also have Hyper Shift, which will allow you to change the key buttons and what they do. You can set macros if you want. Now, you're able to set up to 5 DPI stages, each with a different color indicating which one it is. So 400, I believe, by default is red, and there's the other ones. I don't know what they are. There's the lighting tab where you can select the brightness, and you can go into Chroma Studio for there. There's also some other options. Now there's surface calibration, which I don't use. I believe it's just set a surface of what surface you're on. Now, Chroma Studio is pretty easy to use. Just select it, and then you can do whatever effects you want to use.
I've been using this mouse for around 2 days now, and I've been using it with a palm grip, and I am a really big fan of it. I'm still not used to the shape of this mouse, because I've been using the Death Adder for 2 years. One thing I didn't think would matter is I didn't think the weight difference between the Death Adder Elite and the Viper would make a difference or even matter, but I say it definitely has a lot more effect than what I had originally thought. It's a lot more noticeable than what I thought it was going to be. Now, the side buttons on the mouse, they are more up and away compared to the Death Adder, and it's less likely to be accidentally hit. A problem with the Death Adder Elite that I have is I use mouse 4 for a jump throw bind in CSGO, and with the Viper, I can't accidentally hit it like I commonly do with the Death Adder. The DPI button is on the bottom of the mouse instead of right under the scroll wheel. I prefer this because I sometimes accidentally hit the two switches there, and I don't really do on-the-fly DPI switches, so it's a lot easier for me to do this. I use 400 DPI all around, and I stick with it. The scroll wheel on this is a lot more tactile than the Death Adder Elite. The Elite scroll, you don't really get the same feeling. It feels more sensitive and scrolls too easily. But the Viper is a lot more tactile, and you get a more full scroll, I feel, So in a situation where I would need to scroll through my hotbar quickly, maybe to get to something important, you're less likely to have an over scroll with the Viper than I would say the Death Adder, because the scroll wheel feels so different. It's not as clumsy. The only thing I would change at the moment with this mouse, I'd say, is the opposite side buttons on the opposite side you're using. I think if you could set those to a mouse 6 and a mouse 7 button, it would be a lot more useful than just emulating a mouse 5 and a mouse 4 again. But that's just my opinion. I think the mouse is great, and I definitely think it's worth it. This mouse is $80 USD. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.